All right, here we go. Yo, what up, though? We back. I got y'all in the building together. Mr. E in the building. Follow official. Triple D Revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, I'm excited, bro. I got a chance to interview both of y'all individually.
Yeah.
In fact, when I interviewed y'all, this was like before the movie even came out. This was kind of getting the buzz, putting the temperature out there, you know what I'm saying, that this movie is coming with MO3.
Yep.
It was a couple of months after MO3 passed, man, but here we are on the other side of the thing. The movie is out, man. How's it going right now? What's the response?
I'm finally seeing it.
It's crazy. I ain't gonna even lie. It's overwhelming. It's a whole lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And I thought it was gonna be all right, but it was actually better than I thought it was gonna be. I ain't gonna even lie about it.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Now, I had a chance, and I appreciate y'all bringing me out to the premiere. When y'all had the premiere, man, it was amazing, man, just seeing the turnout. And I don't know how many different premieres you had, but at least the one I went to, red carpet event, everybody had their best on. The who's of the city was there. Everybody was there. Like, how did it feel to see the city just really come out and support the movie like that?
Man, you know what? I had so much bullshit going on. I ain't really get to just get into it like I wanted to, but it was amazing to just see the who's who amongst Dallas. You know what I mean? I mean, from NFL players to all my bloggers and podcasters to Kevin Ford and 97.9. Man, it was cool, especially considering the fact that these people actually bought tickets. You know, I think we started it at like $175 for the tickets, and you know, a lot of people would say that was unheard of, man. But we wanted to, we really want to give a event, you know what I mean, elite event for these guys that put so much effort into just filming the movie and making it be as big as it is.
No, for sure. Now, coming into this movie and preparing for it, like, what was the budget? Like, what was the behind the scenes? Some of the things, like you said, you had to kind of go through to get this movie together. The hardships that people didn't see.
You know, to the very second, I hadn't really just calculated the budget. Yeah. But you know what? I've been talking to other directors, and I've been talking to some other filmmakers, and I realized the budget was bigger than a lot of independent films. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I guess I'm just a little spoiled because, you know, I want our budget to be $5 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but, man, I have to get back to you on that number.
But, you know, like some of the cult classic, especially in our culture, were quote unquote low budget. Food, like Friday.
Wow, you took the words out of my mouth.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Super low budget movie and became that classic. I do want to know though, because going to the premiere, and you was holding the premiere in theaters, but it never came out in streaming services really until almost a year later. Like,
right.
Why was the delay?
Well, I wanted to just give the movie the best shot we could give it. You know what I mean? And so what we did is we went on what you call a pitch run and just kind of pitching the film. And we got a couple offers. One offer was a theatric debut. So we got the ability to have the film distributed through theaters across America. But we got to going over the numbers and really sitting down and doing it, and it ended up not being right and setting us up for failure. You know what I mean?
Kind of go in detail a pitch run for those who don't know. Like, what does that really entail? Are you sitting with different streaming platforms?
Yeah, we sitting down with distributors, aggregators, streaming platforms, all that, and we just kind of swap numbers to see, you know, how they could wear it out the situation, and most of all, how we could wear it out the situation. You know what I mean?
So after the premiere, because I did see you guys like promote the movie in other theaters throughout the spot. Like, so how was the movie being consumed before it actually got to the streaming platforms, or you have to really just show up to those?
You mean by the ones we pitched to?
Or let's say, for example, when y'all did the premiere, right?
Right.
Y'all did it at Studio Movie Grill.
Right.
And then y'all did it y'all did the theater thing a couple of times, right?
Right. That's right.
Yeah, but other than that, it was no other way to consume the movie?
No, not at all. It was not officially released.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't released until we released it on a streaming platform.
Okay, so now Triple D Revenge is on streaming platforms. What platforms everybody can go check the movie out on now?
It's on Amazon and it's on Tubi.
Amazon and Tubi.
Yeah.
So back to like the pitching thing. What made y'all decide to pick Amazon and Tubi? I know some people go with, why not Amazon Prime? Why not all of them? Kind of give us the logistics of it.
Okay, we'll see. It's two things. Number one, so like when you go to like Amazon Prime, they have it where they do it. They have it for free for all Amazon Prime members. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to do that because I wanted to keep it exclusive. You know what I mean? At the time, the movie was still pretty in high demand.
Gotcha.
And so we allow people to rent it and just watch it as much as they can. And then about a month after that, then Tubi end up releasing it. So now at this point, it's free for anybody that want to watch it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, and we'll shift into getting to you official in a second. With it getting streamed, how does that work? Because we know we in the streaming age, we see an artist as a musician. We see Spotify numbers at the end of the year. They get paid a percentage off the streams. Is Tubi, is movies the same as that way?
Right.
And how does distribution work in the movie world? And is there any difference between the music?
I mean, obviously it pays a little more. You know what I
Okay.
mean? That's one part of it. Another thing is with streaming, it depends on the deal that you strike with the distributor or the streaming company. We have ours where we get paid 90 days out from release, and then after that is every 30 days.
Got you.
Uh-huh.
Now, is there a streaming platform that all movie directors feel like it's like the creme de la creme of streaming? Like, if we can get it on here, this is where we want to be at. Where would it be?
Okay, so let me tell you this. So Tubi is the new Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Netflix was they kind of started the same way where they would accept pretty much any movie because they had to get content. But as the company grew, they were very selective about the kind of content that they have, and before you know it, you have to be either a very credible producer or have a very credible lineup or be produced by Netflix. That's why a lot of times you watch Netflix and you see a Netflix exclusive or a Netflix presentation, because at this point now, they financing the movies. Well, Tubi is like that now, where it used to be you could just submit a movie to Tubi and then you get on. Now, you actually have to go through an aggregator and you have to pitch the movie and then they decide if they want it or not. So,
Got you.
right now, Netflix, Tubi just got bought out by Fox. And you're talking about probably close to $250 million company and about 30 million viewers. So Tubi is pretty big right now.
Yeah, too big.
Yeah.
Now, with the last part of the business part, because I'm interested because you see a lot of people doing movies now.
Right.
I see Half Pint jumped into the movie lane now.
Shout out to Half. Half Pint for real.
Me being from Detroit, everybody do movies.
Yeah, it was already.
It was a culture shift for me because I went back to the crib like 2 years ago. And I was sitting with my partners. They was like, "Yeah, man, everybody doing these Detroit movies." I'm like, "The fuck is a Detroit movie?"
Right.
I didn't realize literally how everybody raps. Like, especially if you was a rapper that was popping a minute ago, all of those older Detroit rappers all do movies. Like everybody do movies.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you see it in the DFW with everybody else starting to get behind the movies? Do you feel like it could get oversaturated, or you have a fear of that?
You know what? It's very hard to actually. So, like, music was a little easier to make because at this point, you could just buy a computer, get you some production, or get a beat off YouTube and make songs. Well, when it comes to movies, to make a legitimate movie, it requires a whole lot more knowledge and a whole lot more capital. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be hard to oversaturate the industry with movies. But what I will say is I feel like before it's all over with, Dallas is going to be one of them hubs for good films and good movies.
I got you in that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, official, you taking on this lead role. I had a chance to interview you, man. Like, how has seeing yourself on the screen and now you're on streaming, like, has your life changed? Has people approached you? Like, how's it being an actor? Because we know you a musician too. You're a rapper artist too. Like, so how's that acting phase, man, for you?
The acting phase, like I say right now, the Tubi, and it's crazy. I'm just now, I swear I sound like an old dude because I'm like, Tubi, I didn't even really know what Tubi was. I'm like, I'm the Amazon, I know the Netflix, but they like Tubi, and I remember my cousin, he was like, you don't know about Tubi? Tubi where it's at? And I'm like, man, I don't know about Tubi. So when he called me, he like, hey, I got something big, we on Tubi. I'm like, dang, it's that platform that my friend was telling me about, but I don't know how big it is until it get out that week, and my phone just going crazy. My Facebook is going crazy. My Instagram is going crazy. I got girls FaceTime me, and soon my phone, and I'm like, why did she ain't hit me in months? Why she calling me? Soon she called me, my face on the screen. She like, oh my God, look. Like, I done got there like 4 or 5 times. Like, like boyfriends getting into it with that girl, because the boyfriend watching the movie, and the girl like, oh, I know him. Oh, I bet you do know him. I don't want to watch the movie now. Like, it's getting real. Like, the Tubi, nah, for real. I never seen it like this. So I'm like, man, it's my first time experiencing. It's like, it's crazy though, bro. Like, so from the time we did that interview to now, it's been with the Tubi hitting. With Amazon, it was kind of like, yeah, but when the Tubi hit, it let me know Tubi, one of the hottest things in the street, because I started seeing the feedback like instantly, 2-3 days.
When you watch yourself on the screen, do you critique yourself? Like, do you? Because some actors say I can't go back and watch the movie. Do you watch
I've been going through mad at myself, but it's so much stuff that he already spoke to me. I don't even want to call him. This is my first time telling you. I've been doing it the whole movie. Every time I watch it, oh, I should have took that word out. Oh, I should have did that.
What's one part that you felt like, damn, if I could go back and fix an edit on this scene?
In the church scene, I said the wrong. I ain't gonna tell y'all, but I said the words backwards, and I guess with only so many scenes you can cut and get right. Yeah. And I know he probably already know he just been nice and I want to get on because I was bro this, bro that, but I said it's backwards. Yeah. I said the word it's backwards. Whatever the line that I say in the church, I say one of the words like backwards, like the correct pronunciation, like proper grammar, and it make me mad every time I watch it.
You know I'm docking your pay, right? You know I'm docking your pay.
I don't dock my pay. I put the tears in the movie, man. The sweat and the tears. That shit was tough.
And now overall with the cast, man, like working together, like what was that? Was it any difficult moments while making the film that you felt like, man, this may not get done? Like the passing of MO3, we kind of talked about that in the first interview. Right. And kind of having to, how much restructuring of the story you had to do? Because unfortunately, MO3 did get killed in the movie.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of always the play, or y'all had to kind of.
So with MO3, with Mo3's character, which was Draco in the movie, everybody liked Draco, man. The long live Mo3.
Draco was set like his character and the script, it was set like when we do the table reading, everybody accept their role. You see what happened. You know what happened. You have to prepare and act and forward. So
but his he did majority of what he was supposed to do anyway.
Gotcha.
So we didn't really have to restructure it too much. Yeah. Really, actually, we didn't really have to restructure it at all. He was on his way to do a scene. When he passed, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
When he passed, he was on his way to do a scene, but that scene didn't actually make or break the storyline. You know what I mean?
The way we shot it.
Yeah.
If we shoot it any different, if we shoot it any different than how he shot it, I don't know, like what it would have been.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And
it give me chills sometimes. I'd be like,
yeah. And as a writer, like you have to have the ability to adjust things and still make it line up and still make it make sense. But with Mo3, he actually filmed majority of what he was supposed to film.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So
he was knocking it out too. Like it wasn't, it wasn't no play like, oh, I'm gonna do this part. Some rappers, they have a busier schedule. It's hard to make that commitment. So seeing that commitment from him was when he needed him there at a time, he was there. He was there.
Now, I remember, Official, in our last interview when we sat down, you talked about that table read.
Yeah.
And Mo3 made that comment to you about you the one that you gonna be the one that kill him.
Yeah, in the movie, he said that.
When you get to that part, because I remember watching the premiere at the red carpet event and seeing it visually on the screen and kind of seeing it the way that he really went out, you just like, damn.
Man, it's chilling, bro. Like it's like it'll give you chills when you think about how everything played out. And I never really told nobody this, bro. I felt like his character and my character was really a reflection of it was just scary. Like when the characters and how the people line up and what they were doing in this movie, it was especially with Draco and J Cash. It's just like I'm getting chills right now talking about it. It was just scary. It was a reflection. And when I watched the movie, I'd be like, was he talking to us like on some prophet type shit? Like,
hey,
I'd be tripping.
Let me tell you something.
Bro.
So shout out to
like, what the?
Shout out to Real Tune. Real Tune called me and said, bro, you know you're a prophet, don't you? I swear to God. Tune, shout out to Tune, man, in H-Town. He said, man, you know you're a prophet. He said, man, do you know how many things happened in that movie that actually happened in real life?
It was crazy. Think about it.
And I don't know if I want that one.
Think about it. It get deep, and the movie is one of those movies that'll make you real sentimental. Because if you think about it, the scene that we were shooting that day, it's just ironic and mind-blowing of what happened, because that's similar of the scene that he was coming to shoot, and it be fucking me up. I'd be like, bro, that's just hell, because it's like I say, our lives, it was like what was going on with our lives and our characters, it just meshed through. And I think that's why he was able to just like tap into his character. It was like kind of damn near so natural to him. It's like some of the shit that he just wanted to do, spinning the gun around. It's like creating that character. He was like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take it to a different step. Like I actually get to act now and do this shit. So it's like on a whole different level.
This probably fucked up to say, but you know a black person movie is official when it opened up with white people and Asian people. You like, goddamn, this is for real. Like, hey, you got a mansion with white people and Asian people, and you like, hey.
As an actor, as the lead role, it messed me up. I'd never seen it. You gotta think, this movie is shot in so many different ways where I was like teamwork, because it's a lot of shots that I'm not there for, so I'm having to see this after how everything is put together, and it messed me up. When I seen it, I was like, damn, I wish I was there to see this scene shot. Like, that was my favorite scene, most cinematic scene, when 3 hop out and, you know, Draco come through tearing everything up. You know what I mean? It was so real and cinematic. I love that shit. Like, that was one of the best scenes to me.
Now, explain, because now the movie out. Like I said, the first time we sat down, the movie wasn't out. So too much information about the movie. We was building a buzz around it, but really couldn't talk about it.
Right.
Official, kind of break down who your character is in this movie and kind of the synopsis of Triple D Revenge.
J Cash, J Guapo is he's a real stubborn guy. You know, you really can't tell him too much. But he's driven. At the same time, he's focused on the things that people tell him that he can't do. Is like he gonna do what he wanna do. Like J Cash already had his mind up. So when I started reading the character and I'm reading it and I'm like, man, it's like, I don't know if he noticed this dude is like talking to me. This dude that I'm reading about, I can relate to him so much. It was just scary on some of the personal things that I'm going through in my life that I don't tell him about, and I'm reading the character. I'm like, this shit is just crazy. So like it wasn't hard for me at all to tap into the things that J Cash like. It came with the girls, the streets, the drugs, the club. Like, I've been doing that shit since 19. That's Dallas Fort Worth. If you've been in a strip club, you seen J Cash.
Facts.
You feel me? Like, so it was like when I was like, man, this character is talking to me. So it was very easy to tap in with him, but then also difficult too, because having to adapt and like learn the character and build the character up. It's like you can't just accept the role and say, hey, this is the guy. You actually gotta. He invented J Cash, but I gotta get J Cash life. Like, I gotta really tap into the personality of who the character is.
Now, go ahead, my bad.
No. I agree. I do agree with what you're saying.
Was there anything unique that you felt like you had to do to prepare for the role?
Yeah, like the illiteracy of the character, that really pissed me off. Like, that he couldn't read, and I had to, like, that was something I didn't like, because when it come to acting, everything I might not like about the character, I can't call E and say, man, you need to change this, that he can't read. What? Man, okay, we're going to get a new J Cash. You feel me? Like, when you accept a role, even the parts that you don't like, you got to, and that was like one of the things that I had, because I have to remember that you have to sell it and make sure that he has an illiteracy to the character. But when people start calling me, hey, man, you can't read, I'm really mad on them. Like, nigga, what y'all talking about? But they're calling me about the movie, referring to the character. I'm getting people that just call, and that's what they saying. Oh, you can't read, huh? I'm like, what you talking about? Aha, y'all watched the movie. You talking about J. Cash. So that means that I did a good job on selling that the literacy. He couldn't read. I didn't like it, but I had to keep it through the whole movie. Like, really sell it.
In your mind, hearing the reviews of the movie, who you feel like the character that was the most impactful in the movie?
Impactful? I ain't never thought about impactful.
Yeah, they are.
That's a good one. Yeah, because people have their favorites, right? And I think the film probably had to be out a little longer for me to be able to tell what was the most impactful. But everybody always talk about their favorites. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
I would have to say, if I was to just guess, J. Cash would have to probably be the most impactful because it's his journey that you follow during the film. You know what I mean? And you're talking about a guy that started out as a single father. You know, he sold a few pills, he sold a few drugs, but he's a single father. He got a baby mama that ended up like incarcerated. You know what I mean? And he's trying to figure everything out on his own.
And then like the life is like it's a reflection of a lot of Black African American males in the United States.
And you know what the thing about it is, I wanted to highlight a Black father because there's not a lot of light on Black fathers, single fathers that's in the media. You know what I mean?
I'm a Black single.
But I tell you what I love is the cop.
I do.
She was getting busy.
Shout out to Kira, man.
Hey, man. Oh, my God, bro.
Janet.
Yeah,
Officer
buddy.
Shout out to
She was getting busy. Getting busy. I said, you know what? My wife leave, I might have to just set it on ice and just go to the couple of...
Hey, let me tell you something, man. You lose if you don't get your Officer Janet. Everybody want Officer Janet, man.
Her taking on that role, like, was she comfortable naturally with the sex scenes? Like, how was that, like, seeing those scenes being shot? Like, how did everybody feel? How do you make the environment okay?
You know what? First of all, shout out to Akira. She's such a sweetheart. And that character was so opposite of who she is in real life. You know what I mean?
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, man. She's so sweet and she's soft spoken. And like, man, she's a sweetheart. But the thing about it is, the character Janet is a bad girl. You know what I mean? And she likes to take things into her own hands and she feel like she's above the law. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, having to try to get Akira into that space, it took a while, but once we did it, man, she killed it. And I don't even think that she was so much as comfortable with the character as she was comfortable with me. You know what I mean? And it's like, I do my best to try to create a space for all my actors and actresses to make sure, like even love scenes and all that, to make sure that they understand that at the end of the day, this is a professional environment and they can do what they need to do. You know what I mean?
Growing up, did y'all play high go?
Guapo ain't got no love scenes. We want y'all to know that.
Man, look.
You know how many times I called him, hey, we can just act like a... Man, hey, don't you call me no more about this JK. Man, give me one little scene, man.
At least you ain't do the voice this time. Most of the time you do the voice. They didn't ever take me with the voice, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just try to create a space for my actors and actresses. You know, she definitely over time gained a comfort with that.
Got you. Yeah. Like, is sex scenes and act is like kind of playing. You know, when y'all was little, did y'all play High Go Get It? That's what we did.
Yeah. I play High Go Get It.
You know what I'm saying? You find a chick, you be in somewhere, you just be humping. Like,
you know what? Dry hump. Big D wild, boy. Let me give me a shot, man. Let me give me. But nah, man. You know, it should translate like it's fun on screen, but in actuality, sex scenes is real work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because just imagine when you, you know, Big D, I know you a family man, but just imagine when you have a one-night stand, you think that it's lit, but in actuality, you look goofy in a bitch because you don't know that person, they don't know you.
No, I don't feel goofy.
I kind of don't know what he talking about.
Man, listen, y'all probably don't record it. But like, the bottom line is you don't know a person and they don't know you. You know what I mean? So you trying to figure them out and they trying to figure you out. You know what I'm saying? That when you drunk, you probably look good.
Yeah.
But when you sober, you look, you know. So,
that's true.
So with actors, what you have to do is you have to highlight certain things in the love scene from a choreography standpoint, so it looks like y'all have a connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it's a one night stand, it's not no connection. At that point, it's just lust that it took over. So it feel good, but it don't look good. Well, sex scenes gotta look good on camera. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So we choreograph and it's certain things that we do to make it translate on screen and make it look like something.
And it's crazy that you like ask about the sex scenes, right, and stuff like that. And I found it unique reading through the script, because it's crazy. I read through the script, but I'm not reading far as the sex scenes. So, and I didn't shoot no sex scenes. So when the movie out, I ain't thinking to tell nobody about no sex scenes.
Yeah.
I get a call.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Now, before you watch this movie, I go to church on Sunday. I had all these kids.
Watch the movie.
I got it from the family. I'm like, but I didn't shoot no sex scenes, so I'm not thinking to tell people, hey, remember your kids. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, damn, I forgot about all of it. They like, man, we had to cover their eyes and kick them out.
I know Officer Janet can't go back to church.
Man, you know what? Akira got a side of family. Her sister was in the film. Shout out to her sister. I can't, boy. Her sister gonna be mad at the because I can't think of a sister name right now. But like she got a solid family, and man, at the end of the day, it's acting.
It's acting.
You know what I mean?
That's what people. That's when you know it's a good movie, though. If you don't get mad,
because if she can do that on camera, she can do it in real life. I'm taking it back because y'all messed up the fantasy talking about she's sweet in real life. No, she can do it on camera.
Well, we can't say that she won't go live in real life. You know what I mean?
I need to follow her Instagram. I ain't even follow her. She gonna be a second wife.
Carry you a sex symbol. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, man, like I've been getting a lot of compliments and a lot of kudos to the sex scenes and to the love making scenes.
Yeah.
And they just say everybody want to know, hey, they doing it for real, which is a good sign. You know what I mean?
That's a good sign.
The funniest shit though for me in the movie, two funny shit.
All right.
That was hilarious. I love the shootout and running with that cart. That shit had me dying. But the shit that stood out to me the most is, what's the villain name again?
Big Lou.
Big Lou.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Lou.
When Lou was running down that motherfucking ramp holding that gun, and the way he was holding it up over his head, like I said, God.
So hold on, let me tell you this. Because at first I was like, that's kind of weird. But let me tell y'all, I'm going to defend my boy. Okay. He got a Desert Eagle. And if you ever heard, if you ever held a Desert Eagle, they heavy. You know what I mean? So it's hard to just finagle them like you do the 380s and stuff like that. So he had to hold it with two hands. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a good cover up. I feel it.
He talking about where he had it.
Yeah.
Hey, boy,
he shot a gun.
Man, he ran down that ramp, boy. I was dying. He was
but like I said,
shout out to my boy.
Yeah, them Desert Eagles.
They heavy, man.
Yeah, they heavy.
Now that you got this one out and you got the streaming platforms, I assume you kind of worked out your distribution and how you want to go forward. Now, is it more movies in the work? Like, what's the plan now? Like the turnover, and are we gonna see anything next?
Yeah. So I've already been paid mostly for about 4 movies to direct them. So I didn't write them, I didn't produce them, but I am paid to direct them.
I'm still trying to figure out one of those.
So anyway, y'all do it now, man. You know.
Come on, man. It's J Cash.
It's J Cash. But you can't start now, look.
Man, I ain't got to start now, look. I could be the.
I got a janitor role for the next one.
I ain't tripping. I take anything. I'm an actor, bro. I take a janitor role. I play a slow role, whatever. That's what I'm saying. So I just like to be active. So say,
hey man, you can't. And then I was gonna tell you, you can't. You gotta stop judging your character. You can't judge your character. That's part of being an actor. You can't judge your character. So if you don't, so. When you illiterate, you gotta embrace being illiterate.
I didn't judge him. I said a difficult thing that I had to do that I didn't like about the character.
So you're not gonna judge the next character, right?
I ain't judging.
Okay, you got a homosexual character next.
I'm judging that character. That's what I'm saying. I'm selling out. If it ain't the type of role that you ain't comfortable with something, you can't do that.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I'm just saying you gotta be comfortable with a role to
man,
do that.
Lil Murder, you heat, man. Look, Lil Murder cashing check.
Man, listen, you seen Stacey in that the movie, what's the jail movie?
Yeah,
they say they messed them up, bro. They say they messed him
Shout
up.
out to DeAndre Bonds, who was out.
I love him though. DeAndre Bonds a great actor.
Yeah,
You see, you see the way he do me. You gotta watch it if you ain't seen it. Yeah, he real.
Shout out to him. But yeah, I got other movies in the way. I got a series that's in the way. Shout out to my boy D Will.
Do we got a series? The Triple D
to be announced, man. To be announced.
You gotta tell Big D. You go. Come on, man.
But you know what? No. Seriously, I did have aspirations of doing a series and making Triple D Revenge the pilot for a series.
Got you.
You did?
You know yeah.
Did?
What do you mean?
We are?
To be announced, man. You know what I mean? To be
my
announced.
Bad, man. My bad. I'm just a little anxious, man.
To be announced.
When you look at like the with the movies and things of that nature and the politics, right?
Yeah.
You having 3 in it. In the first Triple D movie, you known for highlighting artists. But because of what happened with MO3, and we know what was kind of going on in the city,
right?
Are you having to play that politic where it makes you feel like you try not to like do a movie with? What could you do a movie with a Trap Boy, with a Yella Beezy? Like same thing I asked Lucci, because he big up 3 everywhere he go. Will the fans who love Mo3 understand that it's business once you decide to go do music, or do movies on the or business with quote unquote the other side?
Well, you know what? I don't really get into that, but I will say that will I incorporate other artists into movies at some point? Yeah, but mostly I prefer to deal with actors. You know what I mean? I did the Triple D movie, and that was full of artists. You know what I mean? And then I did Triple D Revenge. Shout out to Mo3, but Mo3 aspired.
But that's what I was gonna say. If
he aspired.
He was trying to be an actor. That's what I'm saying.
And he did acting classes.
I was gonna say bias. If you get a rapper who really want to act, and I think if they showed them and willing to go through what Mo went through, I don't see why they shouldn't get it. If they really try.
One thing about it is
don't be biased. Because they're a rapper, because they might be a real actor too. Like,
well, you an actor. I'm a biased with you.
Yeah.
But you know, like I'm a stickler when it comes to the acting. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Now I might direct other movies and let people cast the way they want to cast, but when it comes to my writing, my producing, my directing, I'm a little biased when it comes to the acting. So you know what I mean? Whether you're an artist or not, it really has something to do with the ability to act. I'm not gonna just cast somebody just because they're an artist, because they don't always translate on screen.
Yeah, but into the politics, we could shoot with whoever. That's not. We're not. Chooses the other side.
Nah, if you
I grew up in this city. I've been cool with everybody. It's just like, oh, you see my character with that. A lot of people really get tensed up in the streets or see or feel a certain type of way, but it's a movie. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we always been cool. We can shoot with whoever. It don't matter if it's Trap, Yellow, whoever in the city. If it made sense,
but the main thing is just really aspiring to be an actor, because you got to understand, you got people on set that have degrees in acting. Yeah. They have they went to school for acting. They have acting coaching and all that, and I'm not gonna intertwine them with people that just want to shine and they don't really have no interest in being a filmmaker or being an actor.
Yeah, so it's not really a rap thing.
It's not a rap thing.
It's more the passion of that if you really want to do it. I don't think he just gave Mo the role. I think Mo really earned it. Like, he was really showing up to the acting classes, really showing up to the learning the script, like even on set, like he was on it. Like, okay, he reading me the lines and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's more of a passion thing versus just with the rappers and just bias. I feel like you're an actor no matter what you was after that or before, or if you was a musician or a football player. Shit.
Right. We live in such a sensitive world where everything we say, especially when you become a person of stature, everything you say is police.
Right.
The wrong thing that can be said can have you canceled.
Facts.
And a lot of people blame entertainment to be the onset or the starter of a lot of controversy within the community. Like, for example, people believe you show gay couples on TV, your kid's gonna become gay.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid.
That's stupid.
How much do you feel like what we watch influence who we are in real life? Does it really have that much impact?
You know what? I think that if a TV show got more influence than your parents, then you should question your parenting. That's what I believe.
Starts in the home.
You know
what I
what I
always
mean?
do.
And you know, a lot of parents, especially in 2022, 23, they don't want to really take no responsibility when it comes to their kids. But I got a 9-year-old daughter, and she's been exposed to a lot. But at the end of the day, the principle and boundaries that I set for her as a child been there since birth. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't judge nobody else parenting, but as for me in my house, yeah, your parent, your father gonna have a whole lot more influence than what's shown on TV. You know what I mean? So that's my take.
I got 19 years, so I relate to what he's saying.
Yeah.
They girls. So
Same thing, I got a daughter.
Yeah, so you know, it's way more harder with the girls.
Yeah.
The boys, like, man.
Is it? Why? Why do you think that?
I just feel like just with what's going on with the world, and then what they have to go through with their bodies and changes. Like I'm a man. Like, so I grew up a young boy. I understand. Like, I can't relate to what a female go through with her body. And I think a lot of times in the world we don't really. If you're a man, you can't really relate to a woman's body and physical what she go through. So that's why I say, like, it's harder for me to raise, and like my daughter, her mom gone, like, you know what I mean? So I've been had her since she was 2. Yeah, so rest in peace to her. But like, you know, so her having to go through these things I just think it's way harder, like with me being so close to a woman and a girl and raising kids and seeing like, dang, you know what, it's really difficult for them growing up and their change and what they go through versus even me as a young boy and what I went through. So I say it's harder raising girls, and then you want to protect them too. You know what I mean? With the boy, you know, your boy gonna go out there, he gonna be a boy, he might be thugging, he might be this, you know, you might have to just correct them. But with the girls, like if they get into their life and then you gotta try to protect them from what's going on and explain. It's like I feel like the females can be way more vulnerable if they don't have like that guardian says, you know, the father, a real man around. Just show them about like what really going on with the world and how men be and stuff. So,
and let me say this: like the entertainment industry is geared towards women. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, for sure.
It targets women. So, you know, he right. Like to a certain extent, like the media, your environment, your society, all that, they target women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so,
biggest consumers in sex sales.
Yeah. Right, absolutely. You know what I mean? So sometimes it does tend to be a little bit harder to explain to your daughter, like, hey, you know, regardless of what the media portrays, this is reality. This is real life. You know what I mean?
That's the tough thing about the
Do you think men spend too much time trying to protect their daughters' purity, like the way that we teach them sex? Like, our sons, we teach them to kind of go out and be conquerors.
Yeah.
But then our daughters, we tell them, don't do it. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I think it varies by the situation. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you protect your daughters also as a model you protect them as a model to let them know how their husband or their mate should protect them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For me, you know, because I got a son and I got a daughter, and my wife always asks me, like, how you gonna treat your daughter? I said, just like my son. I'm a teacher. If you want to fuck, you fuck because you want to fuck. You don't fuck because you think you're gonna get this dude to love you. You don't smash because you think you're gonna get him to commit. You do it because you want to do it. If you feel like you want to have multiple partners and do your thing, understand life. That life, unfortunately, has a double standard when women that do it. And as long as you're able to handle what comes with it and you protect yourself. Like,
you can't try to like hide
and keep it and try to fight off boys because women are way sneakier.
Yep.
Right.
They way smarter than us. And the worst thing you can do is have your daughter in a position where she can't talk to you.
There you go.
Because then she'd be one to end up pregnant because she's sneakier and we missed the cues.
Right.
I 100,000% agree with that.
And you know what? I do my best not to be too overbearing with my daughter. But I will say this, and I mean, this is my opinion. Everybody got one. I feel like there is a difference between men and women from the standpoint that, you know, the body of a woman is so much, it's sacred. You know what I mean? You got to remember, this is the same body that your son, the future president, the future lawyer, the future governor, all this is coming from. It ain't came from no man. Now, mind you, like we have what they call a family jewels, but for the most part, that woman is carrying a child for 9 months. So because of that, like, I'm not gonna tell my daughter, shit, if you wanna bust a nut. And if you wanna fuck a nigga. Because what will happen is, trying to be exactly like a man, she'll be left out on the limb on her own with her and that child. You know what I mean?
I feel like you can be a woman and try to do everything right and be left out on a limb alone with a child. I think it doesn't really.
Absolutely. But I believe in you will know a tree by the fruits it bear. You know what I mean? You know a tree by the fruits it bear. So,
hoes get married more than the house girls. Yeah,
but it's not about how often you get married. It's about who you marry.
Hoes get the ballers.
Ballers is not real men. Just because you got money ain't never made you real.
That's all marriage is about, is money. It's not about love. It's just it's business.
Now, let me ask you something. How many men do you know that at some point they was rich and then they broke because they're irresponsible and they really don't understand about finances? They really don't understand that money is just a tool, and they don't understand the responsibility of being a man and providing and protecting.
I learned that myself.
You know what I mean?
Women know that. Get with the nigga who bad with money because he gonna blow the bag, give them everything they want. When he ain't got nothing, guess what you do?
Yeah.
Jump ship to one of his partners because ballers
I'm not gonna teach my baby that.
No, I'm not saying I'm teaching my daughter to jump. What I'm saying is, I don't believe. I guess I don't look at sacred as this spiritual thing.
Right.
I'll use the word spiritual.
I look at sacred like.
Hey, 2023, he gonna evolve a little bit. Last year it wasn't even spiritual, was it?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I look at sacred, it's just that it's okay to set standards and boundaries for yourself.
Not fair.
Yeah.
And if you a person, whether male or female, and you feel like, hey, I don't want to go out and have meaningless sex and be with a bunch of people, that's cool.
Right.
Your sacredness is your boundaries you set for yourself. My job, I tell my wife all the time, my job is only time I'm supposed to set boundaries for my kids is when I know they're mentally incapable of setting those boundaries for themselves and it put them in danger.
Yeah.
But once they understand the boundaries, my job is to give them the tools so when they approach these places or these boundaries, they can make the best decisions for themselves to make sure they have the best life they can have. Because I tell my daughter, I tell my wife, I said, the irony if I stay faithful and you divorce me, imagine how bad that suck. But if I go out here fucking, you stay here. Like, at the end of the day, people live their life, their own life, because you born alone, you die alone, and we're all trying to get the best life we can before we kick dirt. Because I could be faithful as hell and die today. My wife will cry tomorrow and be probably fucking in a month.
That way.
You know what I'm saying? Life goes on.
And
so to pigeonhole yourself on other people's boundaries about how they feel about you, no, you better live the best that you can for yourself, because when your time is done, it's done.
You know what the thing about it is, I encourage my daughter to live her best life, but I also encourage her to make sure she make decisions that she won't regret later.
And that's what I agree with. So that's what I'm saying. We equip them with the tools and the knowledge to understand the full scope of the decision that you're going to make. This decision is before you. Go ahead.
As a father, I'm about to say just that we feel, as a father, that we did do our job no matter what the outcome is.
Facts. Facts. Now, any other movie? I know you pushing the movie right now, and y'all going crazy with it. Out on Tubi, out on what was the other platform?
Amazon and Tubi.
What's some other movement with the movie? Anything else that we can expect from you as a director and you as an actor this year?
Yeah, man. I'm coming out. I'm writing a new movie right now. OnlyFans the movie. You know what I'm saying?
I always talk about some
OnlyFans.
Hey, there you go. I be on OnlyFans.
Nah. I'm playing. I'm playing, man. I'm gonna definitely, man. Y'all do me a favor if you just follow me. Like, I'm gonna keep y'all updated on all the projects, man. We got some dope shit coming. I'm not at liberty to share right now, but like, I'm already working. Was literally just in Mexico, helping film on a project, and Man, it's a lot of dope shit
right,
coming
I'm
out.
riding with him. So whatever movies you see him,
Man, salute,
whatever
man.
doing, you know,
Salute, man.
And plus, I'm gonna go to LA. Pilot season be jumping. A lot of people don't know February to April they film a lot. I mean they audition for a lot of new TV shows, movies. So
Gotcha.
just go out there and get active. Now I got my demo reel, you know, the Tubi.
Demo reel.
Then I can go in there and I got an agent that I had before. So I can go in there like, hey man, you know, I'm on Tubi. I just want to try out. I'm gonna try for 40 roles. I'm gonna get a few of them.
There you go, man. Well, I'm proud to see.
I was like, go out there and make me proud.
Hey, I'm proud to see Black excellence. I'm thankful that y'all allow me, man, to bring me in and be able to kind of document this process, man. I'm looking forward for future years. I can pull out footage and be like, nigga, I knew them.
Shout out to you, Big D. You know what I'm saying? Been rocking with us, man.
Oh my God, he helped me look
and provide Hennessy.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. A little Jesus juice. Black Jesus juice.
Yeah, man.
I told him, I said, Big D, my guy, man. I lost my cell phone one day out there, 6, 7 hours. He supposed to be home with his wife and kid. He had to help me look for my cell phone.
Man, for sure.
Hey, man.
I'll never forget that.
You know, what would Jesus do, right?
Ooh. What would Jesus do?
Amen.
Change is coming.
Bars.
2023. Yeah. Big D, the Mago, man.
Hey, man. Well, hey, I appreciate y'all boys sitting down with me, man. And, you know, y'all always welcome.
Yeah.
Man, for sure, man.
Got to return my text. I've been calling him, man. Hit me up.
Yeah, he don't hit nobody up. He'll call you for the interview when you lit. But otherwise, he won't hit you up otherwise.
I know he got me.
Hey, man.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to, you know, all the people who doing they thing in the city with the platforms, with the blogs. We need that. Let's keep the city pushing. Triple D Revenge is out right now. It ain't reached its pinnacle. Let's keep pushing. It's out on Tubi. We need y'all to stream that, man.
Oh, thank the city for #1 on Tubi, man. Triple D Revenge made #1 on Tubi for the longest. Let's keep it #1. You know what I mean?
DFW, man. Dallas,
hey, the world need to know what Dallas is like. You know what I'm saying? The world need to know what that Triple D life like. Like, for real, man. Shout out to Young Nino and Hot Boy, you know what I'm saying, the founder of the Triple D movement. Shout out to the cast and the crew, man. All of them, man.
Everybody does a part.
Yeah, man. We rock it like it could have started.
All the people who was extras. I mean, I don't want to forget nobody. We couldn't have did it without it. If you brought a cup to the motherfucking and brought us to get some juice, we thank you.
Shout out to you.
Nah, for real. That's what it is, man. Follow official on everything. That's all it is. Big Los, man. We rocking all 2023. Be tuned. Triple D Revenge. Some more is coming.
Peace.
Man, and shout out to the city again, man. Follow me on Instagram, director _Mr_E, director MISTA.
So I'm not tripping. How many underscores did you just say?
Oh, shit, boy.
I'm just asking, bro.
Big D, the next time we do an interview, don't give him a bunch of hands. Don't give him no hands.
He say 2 underscores.
You felt it, though. You felt it, yeah. When Big D started wrapping up, you know it's too much hands.
Hey, nah, y'all good, man.
Underscore I'm being for, is it 2 or 1?
Director _Mr_E.
It's 2, like I told you.
No more hands.
He tried to tell me.
No more hands. Look, when we was on set, we used to have to keep the alcohol away from official. You know what I mean? We used to have to keep it away from.
Hey, man, y'all just text me Officer Janet number. All right?
Yeah, man. Hey. Man, shout out to Officer Janet, man.
Oh, one more thing before you go, bro. One more thing.
Jackson, if you're next.
Listen, I really want to ask you this in the last
interview. Shit.
How did your barber get your fro to stay so perfect? Listen, your head don't
shout out to my boy Tyrone, man.
I swear.
Shout out to my barber, man. Tyrone, that's the Mr. E.
Put it down so I can see it one time.
Man,
you know. I use the sponge and shit.
Yeah, man.
This shit been like this for 7 days and 43 minutes.
Shout out to my barber Tyrone, man. Real life, man. Shout out to Basanda Lions, the whole, you know, that whole clique, man. Yeah, man. Big D.
Hey.
Yeah. I told you. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man.